fortress. I walked softly, entering the dark chamber. "Dim light," I said. A dim light filled the room. I could see Jennifer asleep in a horizontal glass tube. Alongside her were banks of medical equipment and monitors. She had several medical tubes in her arms and a band over her forehead. I approached the glass with a host of conflicting emotions roiling in my heart. For a brief time in my life, I'd had my true love. I looked through the glass at Jennifer. I hardly recognized her. Abaddon had done so much to modify her. Jennifer had never deserved this. I swallowed hard. I put her out of my mind many years ago because I couldn't stand the guilt otherwise. Now, gazing down at her, I closed my eyes. For several breaths. What do you want to hear? I'd failed Jennifer. I'd left her behind in the hands of the devil. I hadn't had any choice in the matter. If I'd done otherwise... I opened my eyes and I put both hands on the warm tube looking down at her. "I don't think you can hear me," I said. "But maybe in some manner you will know I came by. Jennifer, honey, I'm so sorry I left you behind. It was wrong. I had no choice. I wish you could forgive me. I realize you can't, and that's what it is. I hope you find peace here at the Fortress of Light. I hope you find what Abaddon stole from you. I don't think you'd feel better after killing me, but heck, maybe you would. Maybe I should offer you my throat to show you how bad I feel." I exhaled, turning away from her. "Sorry," I said. "I love you for whatever that's worth. Maybe someday we'll meet again after the curator has healed your mind. Someone untwist all the bad things Abaddon did to you? That seems like a monumental task. I'm glad the curator is keeping you. I was going to have Ella put you into the Jelk mind machine. I think that would have been wrong, though." I frowned. I was running out of time. What else could I tell her? The door opened. The curator looked in. "Give me just a few more seconds, would you?" I said. He nodded, closing the door behind him. I turned and looked down at Jennifer for what could be the last time. My heart was heavy, but I was glad I could see her and tell her how sorry I was. I wanted to open the tube. I wanted to kiss her, touch her, and hold her tight. I wanted to stroke her cheek and tell her that everything was going to be okay. Instead, as I'd done on the portal planet, I left her behind. Does that make me sound bitter? I guess I was. I suppose it was impossible to fix every wrong. It left me determined to be grateful for what I had, when I had it. I should have enjoyed Jennifer's... I couldn't take any more of this.
Right from the history book.
The curator stood beside me in the viewing chamber. He showed me the super fleet. It was big, just as it always had been. Still, it was missing a few gigantic snowflake motherships and some battle jumpers. The old man had shown me the wreckages that had come from the brief power struggle. Alexander the Great had been one of Earth's greatest conquerors. He had marched through the Persian Empire and later added parts of India to his vast realm. He had big plans for Carthage and the rest of the Western Mediterranean, but had died of a fever before he could implement them. Some figured he might have died by poisoning. Alexander had left some of the world's toughest generals behind, and they'd soon had a falling out with each other. The greatest of them had picked parts of the vast realm, setting up independent states. Those states had fought the successor wars. My point is that Alexander's generals hadn't stayed together to increase the conqueror's realm. Abaddon's superfleet was staying together. Clearly, there had been a short, sharp fight among some of the leaders. No doubt the fight had determined who would rule, who would obey, and who had to die. This Card Overlord must be several times stronger, smarter, tougher, or more ruthless than his competitors. He'd quashed them. That would seem to include whatever Jelk had remained with the fleet. Otherwise, those battle jumpers would have gone elsewhere with their saurian crews. I studied the enemy fleet. I made notes, recording them with my Lohar-made tablet. I made sure to keep the alien recorder going. I was going to use this data to try to figure out a way to beat them and save humanity once again. Chapter 47. So, Cloth and Abaddon were dead. Jennifer was free from her enforced servitude and in the best place in the galaxy where she might rehabilitate her body, mind, and... As far as I could see, this was the big one that might solve a lot of our future problems. If If the Jade League could annihilate the Card-Jelk Superfleet, we could finish off the Jelk Corporation for good. Humanity could then start thinking about colonizing the nearest Jelk frontier planets. I had been to Sagittarius A star and back. I'd been in hyperspace before in another space-time continuum. I'd handled weapons and worn suits that belonged in a super science museum. As Star Vikings, we teleported on a Forerunner artifact. Later, as Earth Force assault troopers, we teleported inside an ancient survey vessel and had used incredible T-suits. In the end, though, I was back to bioskin assault troopers, shuttles, and starships, and I was back to the friend that contained an even greater number of warships than the Superfleet. Our appearance caused a commotion in the vast armada until I spoke via screen to the commanding Baron Visconti of Orange Tomika. In the past, we'd worked together while facing Purple Tomika's monster fleet. Visconti was a good tiger and one of the biggest I'd ever met. The Lothar stood a good 7.5 feet tall, a towering individual. Even better, he had the widest and deepest chest I'd ever seen on a Lothar. Baron Visconti was the Armada's Lord Admiral and wore a tight-fitting uniform with several medals for courage and cunning. The Grand Armada had a multitude of vessels from the various races that made up the Jade League. It had masses of pursuit destroyers, hordes of strike and attack cruisers, and an unbelievable number of mainline carriers. Yet for all that, its real power lay in the Orange and Purple Tomika specialty vessels. Orange Tomika fielded maulers. They were round vessels with 5 times the mass of a battle jumper. All the Grand Armada's battle jumpers belonged to the Earth Force contingent, by the way. In any case, maulers were heavy hitters, able to absorb an appalling amount of damage and still keep coming. Yet they weren't the largest ships in the Grand Armada. That went to the Purple Tomika bombards. They had massively armored hulls and double-strength shields. Their weakness was a lack of speed. They were best used in massed battles. In many ways, the Grand Armada was like an old-style Greek phalanx. It did best in head-to-head encounters. Many space battles, however, were more hit-and-run or hide-and-ambush affairs. Could we get this mass in front of the Superfleet and force the enemy to fight the way we wanted? Those were pretty big ifs. We have a
Hardcore headquarters. Secure the headquarters as they come online. HQ located. HQ is online. Capture the objective. We're capturing the HQ. Set security. Enemy inside the perimeter. Clear them out. Enemies on the objective. The enemy captured the headquarters. Grenade! The enemy has taken the lead. Enemy Enemy near the HQ. Secure the perimeter. On the objective. Securing now. The HQ is down. Stand by for next location. New HQ located. Move to the objective. Headquarters online. Securing the headquarters. Enemy inside the perimeter. Clear them out.
On your feet.
The enemy's capturing the objective.
Right from the hip.
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly cluster mine planted. Enemy near the HQ. Secure the perimeter.
God damn.